Check, check, check. We live? Everything good? Check 1, 2. Okay, cool. Let me just make sure. Check, 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 check. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys, everybody, for coming out. This is it's a vibe. Just being able to see everybody who was able to come make it and support. We really appreciate that. Yeah, and also too, we just want to say before we even get started, a huge thank you to Rampage and Kid for even agreeing to do something like this. So we can give a round of applause for that, right? Right? You got to be a real one to come up here, you know what I mean, and really respect the culture and the sport, right, of battling to even come do something like this. So we really, really appreciate that. My name is Space. If you don't know me, I'm the co-founder of Off the Floor. And I just want to, before we start, give a few shout outs to our sponsors. First, I want to start with Radi Plus and Radiant Technologies, OTT Hive, Shoe Palace, Woo Energy, and Bolt Bets. And I just want to acknowledge some of our partners, Prophecy Onassis, Joe Salvador, Eddie Griffin, Mike Tyson, Kiki Tyson, Vegas Vibing, Art, the voice of Las Vegas, Nothing to Do, Las Vegas, Full Force, and On the Record. We really, really appreciate you guys for that. And yeah, man, this is going to be a really big year for us. We have some really big things coming that we can't wait to announce. And it's super exciting stuff, you guys. And yeah, we're here to really just elevate dance and really look at this as a sport. I think that's really what we're trying to take this. And then we're also, too, looking at the aspect of dance and promotion. And so that's why we're here. I think if we want to take this to the next step, we need more people who are able to take the time to put into the other aspects that makes dance in the sport, which is promotion, right? And we just had dance in the Olympics. So it shows you that the numbers and the metrics are there. People are asking for it, right? But if we're not doing the other elements and the other things that creates the ecosystem for us to get there, we're never going to have a respected platform, right? And it's no different from any other combat sport. And speaking of combat sports, the UFC was built in this building. So Dana White's office was right over there. All 12 seasons of The Ultimate Fighter happened in this building. So you guys know that little clip of Rampage bringing the door down? That happened right over there. So there's a lot of, iconic stuff that's happened in this building, and we're looking to build the same thing in the sport of boxing as well. So I just want to pass the mic over to my partner and co-founder, Joe Styles.
Yeah, what up, y'all? Yeah. Come on. All right, y'all, so I am really hyped about this battle, this press conference, this situation, this whole thing that we have as dancers, because this is not only helping me, this is also helping y'all. Like everybody that's watching via live, in this room, battling in China, battling in France. This is the things that we gotta do in order to actually further along what we wanna do with the community. Everybody in here is tight. Everybody in here can do moves and do movement that the regular person, when they see it, they like, man, they gotta be a witch or something. If this was 1750 and you got somebody doing a backflip or gliding or doing anything what Rampage or Kid can do, they're going in the stake, bro. They're getting lit up, for sure, So let me get right to it. We got my boy Rampage, and we got my boy Kid. Now, let me frame this. Rampage, again, he goes crazy in the ciphers. He goes crazy in the battles. His energy and his training is top tier. He don't waver when he's trying to put his mind to something and trying to take over certain elements. This guy is a powerhouse. Not only does he do his thing in the battle scene, he also does his thing online and social media. Again, he got 2-something mil. He's fire, okay? And this is this guy. Rampage, let's go, baby. Yeah! Come on. Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate you. Come on. Now I got my guy, the monster. Kid the monster. The feet, you hear me? The feet is crazy. My boy has been with the smoke since he was like 9. Like there's videos of him like battling at like 9 and like going head up with adults and actually trashing them. He was doing stuff that people can barely do like right now at like 10. Like as an adolescent. He was going crazy then, okay? But to fast forward, I believe he booked Cirque at like 18, which is crazy as a street dancer. Like that's mad fire. And then he further along and became the main guy. He's the main dude that he's baby MJ, imagination of Michael. You know what I'm saying? Which is really hard to be able to do, especially coming from where he comes from. And outside of that, he be bodying people too. He's with the smoke. He also kills the ciphers. And you got something to say, he's ready to battle. Now let me bring my boy up. Kid the Monster, let's go! All right. Now this, I'm really looking forward to this part, okay? So, let me frame it real quick. This is a cool little exhibition battle at first. A couple things happened at a local event. Then after that, it got intense. Boom. Now, I'm gonna let the other story play, and then y'all can be entertained. Hit it, my guy.
Two rising titans in the popping scenes are about to collide. Kid the Monster versus Rampage, a battle that started as an exhibition and turned into something much deeper. It all started at a local Vegas event. Kid was a judge. Rampage and Midas hit the floor. But when the dust settled, Kid gave the win to Midas. But Rampage wasn't having it. The music? A funk track, made for popping. Rampage felt like Midas didn't hit it right, didn't rise to the moment, didn't pop. So why'd Kid give him the W? Then the chatter started. Online and in the streets, people questioning Kid's credentials. He's not a popper, just a dancer. Kid responded the only way he knows how, a judge showcase with a message to the tune of Kendrick Lamar's Boo Boo, directed straight at Rampage. And then Kid took the mic, calling Rampage regular, saying he repeats the same moves with no innovation. Straight to his face. It got so heated, they were this close to battling on the spot. 5 rounds, no breaks, but organizers stepped in. They said, save it for the main event. Now the moment is here. From the streets of Vegas to timelines around the world, everyone's watching. Kid the Monster versus Rampage. It's not just a battle, it's a statement. This isn't just about Kid and Rampage anymore. This is for everyone in the streets who's had something to say. On one side, Rampage, standing firm on the foundation, the essence, the roots of popping. On the other, Kid the Monster, pushing the evolution, rewriting what the style can be. And this battle isn't just personal, it's cultural. Off the Floor now presents you the Kid the Monster versus Rampage press conference.
That was hella good. That was all right.
Yes, sir. Let's get another round of applause, can we? Let's go. Come on. Let's hype this thing up.
All right. Now I'm glad y'all enjoyed it because I couldn't wait for y'all to see it. When we first, I said, oh my God, that's cold. That's cold. Now we're going to get the remarks from our 2 athletes and see if that matches what their rendition of what happened that night. So which one of y'all want to go first of explaining what y'all feel happened?
Man. It's not a big deal. So what happened was Art hit me up probably a few months ago. He was like, yo, let's do a setup battle against Rampage. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I don't never duck the smoke. So I'm like, whoever wants to smoke, let's do it. But not necessarily Rampage wanted to smoke if it gets a good setup battle, you know? Like, he's been putting in work for a long time, and so have I. So I'm just like, this would be good for the culture. It'd be dope. First Friday came, whatever, cool. And he went against Midas in a, I guess that's the First Friday thing. I voted for Midas. Cool, he wasn't having it. I just wasn't a fan of the energy. So I directed my judge showcase towards Rampage because I was just protecting my homies. I'm protecting my brothers. You know what I mean? So that's just what I do. So it wasn't like anything malicious. It was just at the fact of like, it was just strictly dance. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like super big. People turning, oh, this is why they're battling. No, Art already hit me up about the battle. I think they just added more fuel. But for me, it was just like I was just protecting my homie. You know what I'm saying? If I thought he won, that's just what it is. You feel me? And if you thought I was being biased, then you should have never battled in the first place. You feel what I mean? So for me, when I went back to the footage, and me and him had DMs, so we talked. You know what I mean? It was cool and all, but I explained why I picked Midas, and that was that. So, you know what I mean? I feel like art is so subjective and it's so opinionated. You can't be getting mad at opinions, dog. It's like it happens, bro. You know what I mean? So for me, just to clear it up, it was just me protecting my homie's space, which I feel like if it's just unfair, if you won, cool. If you feel like you lost, cool. You can go deal with that in another space. But because I saw it and I felt the energy, exactly what I did. So that's just my side. That's just how I saw it. So it wasn't anything malicious. It was just protecting my homie's energy, and that's just what it is, bro.
Bet. Rampage.
Yeah, I mean, he's right on the part where he did what he does best, which it was handling that situation as a judge, and bringing the smoke in the moment where, I was not expecting it that day, so I was like, all right, cool, you got me good. So that's why we were making sure that day we made a statement and say that make sure there's a popping bottle, so everybody knows, because we were at an open style event. So I mean, it worked out just as he said, pretty much.
Bet. Let's open the floor to media.
All right. Now it's time to get to the questions. We opening the floor. Who got some questions? Come on.
So how this is gonna work, we're gonna have Journey here. We're gonna pass the mic around. You can raise your hand whenever you have your question ready, and she's gonna spot you out, make sure that you get the mic so you can ask your question. Here you go, Miss Journey.
So to my understanding, both you guys are from Florida, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is your guys' relationship prior to this beef?
I feel Kid and I has always been cool. I would say we haven't really built to the point to where we're best friends or anything like that, but we always been kind of just homies. And I mean, before I moved to Vegas and I was battling in Miami, I remember I was winning a lot of events down there, and everybody were telling me, dang, you're lucky that you're doing these events now, that Kid moved out, because he was the one that was winning those events prior. And it was always that in the back of my mind, I want to battle that guy. So yeah, I mean, there was really not much of a build up before this, other than that. We're both from, I'm pretty sure he's from Fort Lauderdale area, and I was more in just down South Miami. So yeah, that's all I can think about right now.
Yeah, I already moved to Vegas when Rampage was going literally on a rampage. He was really doing it in Florida. So end of the day, I'm gonna give him his flowers at the end of the day, because he was really killing people for real in Florida. Right after I left, I ain't never really heard the if the Kid was there, you wouldn't have been winning. I never heard that. It was just more of just a mutual respect thing. And I think we actually met here in Vegas at the time. So yeah, he was just doing this thing, and I think we missed paths. I feel like that always happens with the new generation. And the old generation, we just missed paths, because I don't feel like Florida is the same no more, because of everyone moved out. So it's still really effective. I love my Florida scene, but I just feel like we've always just missed it, the old and new generation. We just always swap. So I didn't know about Rampage. I mean, we didn't meet until we got to Vegas, but as soon as I moved to Vegas, that's when he just really started to go on a tear. So.
Next question.
What is one advantage, just for both of y'all, what is one advantage that you feel that you have over each other skill-wise?
For sure. So like I said, I applaud Rampage on him staying true to the foundation and the essence and the roots, and that's cool. I'm down with that. I just feel like I have a lot of innovation when it comes to popping, and that can be a misconception, because now I'm not considered a popper now, which is super weird to me. So I feel like as long as you're popping or you're hitting, then you're popping. Doesn't matter what you add to it. And I'm not saying I'm adding Memphis Chicken or anything to it. What I'm saying is I have a very deep understanding within the style already, so I'm able to innovate it. So I feel like I'm just really innovative when it comes to my style, and I feel like a lot of people don't use their feet So when I use my feet and pop, it's only a few poppers, probably no poppers do it. So I think that's why it gets really misconstrued when people say I'm not a popper, which doesn't make any sense. But on January 31st, we'll see. So I'm really excited to showcase that, because it's like I've been popping my whole life. So to be put in a category where they say I'm not a popper, I don't know, it's disrespectful to me, because I have trained my whole life to become a popper. Yes, I mix a lot of styles. You might not see popping only on social media, because I refuse to just stick to one style, because that's how I became innovative. I've learned other styles and other grooves and other details to apply it to popping. And I think because a lot of people can't do it, they put me in this box because they can't go against it.
Okay, I have a question for pretty much everybody on the stage. Where do you think these battles are going to take the world of dance, not just locally, but globally, right? This is a major battle. Both you guys got massive followings, incredible talent. I come from the boxing world, so when you got two world champions fighting each other, it's a big, big deal. It's the same concept right here. We got two titans going head to head. Where do you think this goes in the future? And do you guys think this is going to explode into something that we could see these battles on a monthly, weekly, on a regular basis? And this also goes for you, Space, and Joe. Go ahead, Rampage.
I'll let you guys this is for us too?
Yeah, let them answer, then I want to see what you guys got to say.
You mean like this battle or this like exhibition type
Be
battles?
live streamed, the world can watch.
Oh, you mean this exact battle?
Yes, this one that's going to be on Radio Plus.
We are going to be live streaming this battle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know it also like one of the biggest like social media like platforms that record dancers are gonna be involved. I'm pretty sure, right? Our Stance is gonna be there. So yeah, that alone is gonna be like huge for us, you know. So having that platform to back up like whatever we're gonna do in the floor, it's not gonna be like missed. So it's gonna be there, you know. Yeah.
I also feel like a lot of people are afraid to go against, some of the best. It's like in boxing, it's like no one wants to go champion against champion because they're scared to lose that belt. You know what I mean? So I'm not afraid to go against the best popper, the best dancer in the world, because I want to. As a dancer, I like to grow. You know what I mean? So if I feel like you're better than me or you have certain things that are better than me, then I want to challenge that. So I feel like a lot of dancers don't go against the top dancers because they're scared to lose, man. And it's like, that ain't never been the case. You should just go and, kind of like test your might and see if you're really that guy. You know what I mean? So.
If you guys can speak on it.
Appreciate you. All right, so for me with that question, it's a nuanced question. So in a good way though. So the battles can only be as big as the scene supports it. So if we have the issue we're running into now with these big like Titan battles, like you said, the thing with the boxing scene is every boxer pulls up, whether they're heavyweight, lightweight, middleweight. If it's a Titan that's a lightweight, the heavyweights will probably watch it. They'll probably go and be like, So as a collective inside of boxing, they'll watch it. The issue that's happening now, which what we're planning on fixing, is bringing all of the cultural dances and the cultural things together. So like Vegas, for instance, we have a fire freestyle community. We have a fire b-boy community. We have a fire crump community. We have a fire dance, like on the strip community for choreo. We have probably second to only maybe LA and New York, maybe. And we still have, and there's people that come here also. So again, it's not if it can get there, it's how well can we come together to actually make these things happen. Like everybody in here was strategically placed because it's several different styles in the room that's watching, whether it be crump, juking, popping, house, b-boy, flex. That's 6 areas on the United States that we've already touched, whether it be New York, whether it be Florida, whether it be Cuba, whether it be California. Like, we've touched a couple different spaces. So the further we can stretch out and bring it to one place where all the poppers can find where all the crump battles are at, or all the crumpers can see where all the lock-in battles are at, even if they're not participating in the actual battle. There was a big battle that just happened in Memphis not too long ago. A Korean guy came and he went crazy, but no popper knows. Why is that? Why no crumper knows? There's a crump event that's happening in May. That's crazy huge. No other style knows about it but crump, and maybe some people that actually like crump. So, again, back to your question, as long as our hands can come together like this, when we're throwing events, where we're throwing big battles like this, it shouldn't just be poppers watching this. It should be cultural dance, the street watching. So if y'all watch the poppers get off, then the Titan crumpers can be seen. Then the Titan jukers can be seen. It's crazy that we don't know who's the Titan in every style. Thank goodness I kind of know that. That's why we're going to change the game. Yes, sir. Bing, bing. If that answers your question, big dog. All right, solid. Yeah.
I think also, too, if we're just talking about outside of the dance community, the numbers check out. Like, if you go on TikTok right now, right, and you look up just the hashtag dance, it has 1.5 trillion hashtags. Those numbers are insane, right? And we've seen this happen in other sports, in other communities. We've seen people that aren't dancers take a like to dance with all the shows that have happened between World of Dance, So You Think You Can Dance, Teen Mom, Dance Moms, ABDC. We've seen that the numbers are there. And I think the biggest thing is converting those people to the sport. And I feel like that the way we do that is we organize and we create that ecosystem. And I think that's how we can convert more people to the sport, and along with everything Joe said as well. So I hope that answers your question. Journey, I'll let you get the mic over to Art. Thank you.
Solid.
Hey, what up? This is MP Art representing NTDLV.com, one of the organizers for the event. Yeah. So this is a question that I have for both of you that hits on two different perspectives of the dance. When you're going into a battle like this, a lot of people see your lifestyle, see you on the internet. How much of it, one, is for the culture? And who do you both dance for? Like, everybody has somebody that they dance for. Who's that person?
I feel like the younger version of myself would have seen me now and then would have been really inspired by all the things that I've achieved. So I feel like I pretty much do it for myself. Yeah.
For me, man, I dance for my family. They sacrificed a lot for me from where I'm from in Florida. So I feel like me, moving out to Vegas and getting Cirque du Soleil and getting all of these things that, kind of led my career to be the way it is today. I don't know, my biggest fear is just failure. Like, I never want to fail my family as much as I can because they put so much on the line for me, whether it's my friends and, my fiance and her son. So for me, it's more of like, I never want to disappoint them. Of course, I love dance, and it saved me from a lot of heartaches, and it's my outlet. But honestly, my family is who I do it for, because if it just wasn't for them, I wouldn't even probably be here. You know what I mean? I'm from Pompano Beach, Florida, and if you know where that's from, it's not pretty. So I chose dance, and that was such a risky path, but I feel like it paid off really well, man. Oh, there was the second part of that question. What was the question? You said for the culture? That's what you said? Right, the culture. Honestly, man, I think, like I said before, you got two heavyweights, that's going against each other, especially within the style of popping. And I think that's going to allow, I think this right now is going to allow a lot of poppers now to start battling for real. And like, we want to see, like, for me, like, I want to see a Nelson versus a popping C. And I know that's a weird one, but what I'm trying to say is, it's like, keep putting everyone who's putting on for popping keep putting him on the big stage because we would love to see that. That's great for the culture. So even though this is a battle and obviously we're going to be at each other's necks, we got to like look at the bigger side of it. It's like, who would have ever have done this? You know what I mean? So I think this happening right now as we speak is really good for the culture because it's going to allow it to open other doors.
What's going on, Toshi, ATM LV, Black Label, CCRFK, Crude X. Going into this type of battle, right? You know you battling somebody that's a hard hitter, heavy hit, right? It's a heavyweight battle. How do you train for this specific type of battle? Is it the same regimen? Like, I'm already training how I'm supposed to be training, so you don't need to change up anything, or you know what you're getting yourself into, so you really gotta weave, bob, figure it out. You feel me?
I think it's I think for me it's about like who the opponent is, right? But at the same time, it's like I treat the CEO like the janitor. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that even if I may not think Rampage is nice, right? Oh yeah, he might not be on my level. Doesn't mean I'm not going to take the battle serious. I feel like how I train is the same exact for me of how I train on a regular. I think you're just being more intentional. This is a popping battle, right? So I want to make sure the pop is clean, everything, right? But at the same time, I got to show why there's levels to it. I'm going to show you why, even though it's like, for me, like I'm going to say it, like he's very foundational and things in that sort. But for me, there's no identity. There's no originality to me. You know, so if I'm looking at it, it doesn't look like I'm looking at, oh, I'm like, oh yeah, Rampage got his own style. He may think so, and that's cool. But for me, I'm looking at it like, all right, cool. There's no originality for me or identity, so I think I'm going to express that more because I think that's what dance is looking like yourself and looking like that you have your own identity and having soul and groove to it. And honestly, I think that's what I have, and I think that's what I'm going to keep displaying. But also, too, like I said, it's a popping battle. And since I'm not a popper, I guess we just got to be more intentional, right? Cool.
Me as well. I mean, my method of training is always been like the same. I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to this, like any battle, really, for me, it's like a you versus you all the time. So for me, for this specific battle and any other coming up, I feel like as long as I like don't lose to myself, I should be fine. So that's always my mindset for every battle that I go. Yeah.
Steam, I'm a local crumper out here. I'm in DCX as well. My question to both of y'all is, what do you seek to gain? Like, do you feel like there's something on the line with this battle? Like, does this mean a lot to you individually, or is this just another battle on your resume?
Every battle means a lot to me, you know. I like to look at my like evolution as I go through these years, and having always a battle to look back to and compare myself in the future, it's always like really big. But yeah, I feel like every battle for me, it's important.
Yeah, I just feel like this is a battle to, for me, just to prove to other people that I am a popper. Like I said, I've been hearing that throughout my whole damn career, bro. It's been so annoying. You know what I mean? And I give nothing but popping. Every time you ask me what style that I do is strictly popping, you know? So that's why it gets a bit frustrating. So I think when it comes to training, and, you know, training with the crew, it's like more like, let's just establish the pop. You know what I mean? If that's what you really want to see, then that's what we're really going to do. So I think for me, it's just like, it's a battle for myself as well, but also just to show people that I am a popper and I deserve to be put in that popping category. You know what I mean? Like KOD invited me out to be a popping judge for a reason. And that's one of the biggest popping event. Sorry, not popping event, but it's one of the biggest dance events of all time. And I was a popping judge. So if that doesn't give you some insight, then I don't know.
All right, so I gotta ask this battle wise, right here, loop. What do you think is going to be your opponent's biggest downfall during the battle? Like, what would be your opponent's biggest downfall? Where can you like really, you know, you're going to get them?
First round.
Say it again.
It just all depends on the music. I feel like I have no like, I don't know. I feel like as soon as I like do my thing in the first round, there's people just already gonna be able to tell. That's just really how I feel.
I don't know. It's just the way I dance. People are gonna see. It's evident. It's just gonna be evident, man. It's gonna be completely changed. And also, it's just two different styles of popping. He approaches a different way. I approach it a different way. You know what I mean? But 5 rounds is gonna expose a lot when it comes to material and how much you can have, how much vocabulary you have. So that's gonna expose a lot when it's 5 rounds. I don't know how much more you can do in 5 rounds after we saw what the first round looked like. So, yeah.
What's up, gentlemen? How you doing? Veer from Vegas Nightlife. I understand you two have mutual respect for each other. Wanted to kind of go off the previous question. Is there anything that you think that your opponent needs to work on if they got a chance going against you? Like, what do you think their weakness is?
I think he's gotta get a harder pop. That's all.
I like that, man. I like that. I do need to get a harder pop. Appreciate that. Yeah, Rampage has all the styles that he needs. I just think it just needs more identity. You know what I mean? I don't want to look at him and be like, oh, yeah, I've seen everyone. You look like every other popper. I just think he needs to find his identity, in my opinion. And he needs to find the soul. You know what I mean? He needs to move more within his thing. But other than that, man, it's like he ain't really lacking a lot. It's just you're just going against a heavyweight that has a lot. So they're just going to expose a lot. That's it.
Nice, Austin. AZ with the Eczema Project. This question's for both of you, but it's a different question. Kid, for you, when I watch you battle a lot, obviously extremely talented and world class, but I also think a lot of people check out before the battle even begins because you kind of overwhelm them in a lot of ways in mental warfare and tactics. The first is, A, is that intentional? And do you think Rampage will fall like your other opponents have due to that? And then when I look at Rampage, I see someone who's very consistent, and through his consistency has battled his way to the top through a lot of faith in his technique. Is that kind of your method of being impervious to tactics like that, or is that just a byproduct of how you train naturally?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first, bro. Yeah, man, that's the tactic, man. My name is Kid the Monster, but the monster comes from the mental games of just making sure that I'm bigger than you, right? It's like not trying to, like, I always say this dance is dance, man. I never want to belittle anyone. I like to be the best and the greatest of all time for myself. It's never to be like, oh, I'm greater than you, I'm greater than you. Nah, that's just for myself, you know what I mean? And you have to think like that. So for me, it's like it's always been about the mental more than anything. You know, I think people talk about the physical a lot because we're dancing, but it's like, I want to see if I got you right before I even step on the foot on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, that's me. I like to, like, see where your mind is as soon as you start dancing. If I'm going to start talking and you're going to talk back, I wonder if that's going to hurt you, you know? So it's always been a mental game. And the thing is, of course, I focus on the physical part, but once I get you just mentally, then that just sweeps you completely because physically, like, I just train so hard just on my craft, and I just want to keep innovating the game of popping. So I think a lot of people haven't innovated the game of popping, and I think that's why people keep getting stuck in the same format. So I think once I master it, for me, like the mental part, it'd be cool. And I feel like Rampage been battling for so long, man. So it's one of those things where it's gonna be a mutual respect because I respect his skill. At the end of the day, I respect his skill, and that's why I chose the battle. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's gonna fold, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good test.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very, like, I feel like I train enough to, like, be secure about myself in those situations. So I'm also from Florida, so I'm used to deal with, like, the same, like, type of energy all the time. So I don't think that's going to get to me.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Dr. Plick Plock. Okay, so there's a lot going through my brain right now. All right, I'm here with Vegas Vibing, Global Vibing Network. I got my boy Reggie Curry, San Jose, California, Chicago, San Jose, South Bay Area, also Floyd, Boogie Boy Floyd. I'm from Richmond, California, East Bay Area, 11 miles north of Oakland. So I'm gonna give you the OG perspective, and then I love what we're seeing in 2026, okay? So I'm gonna give you perspective from 1970s of a young Filipino kid that was growing up in predominantly African American community, East Bay area, San Francisco strutting, Oakland boogaloo, Richmond robot. So that's the perspective that I come from when I see 2026 informational content being presented. First of all, props to the sponsorships and the infrastructure, because everything that you guys said initially is on point. We need the support. The energy has to come into it. And this is the beginning stage of it, right? Shout out to Poppin' Pete, Boogaloo Sam, and the Electric Boogaloos, and all the information that's been placed to get to this point was needed, the foundational content. Now, when I look at Kid Monster, right, I'm with you because I went through that same thing. We had talent shows in Richmond, and everybody can't do the same old thing because they saw that last week. So we had 7 days for the next talent show, or 1 month. San Jose got it too, South Bay, all the areas from where we come from, the innovation was very, very important. I love foundation, but it's gonna take those kinds of things because I choreograph too. So you can't do what you did last week at the talent show because the people in Richmond and San Francisco and Oakland, those talent shows were just like the Apollo Theater. You coming in and predominantly African-American community, they don't want to see that what they saw last week, right? So innovation, you are a popper. I didn't know I was a popper until I'm robot based, right? But I'm a funketeer too. Like I come from funk music, right? But I have to give y'all this age group perspective, right? Because we love what we're seeing infrastructure-wise. We need this as dancers, right? Space, everything you guys are doing, we need this as dancers. Mario, the other side of it is I gotta give that perspective too. Much respect, because if I gotta come and do something last week, I can't do that. I have to innovate. We got a lot of opinion too. Like, damn, them dudes changed it up. Like, we had to. That's how you're gonna get the prize money. That's how you're gonna get the trophy at the talent show. It's the same thing here. And I'm glad that the boxing, the UFC and the boxing, excuse me guys, that whole infrastructure is very, very important right now, because we're on that cusp where it has to be flipped to that. We need those stats. We need those numbers. I see them every day. I support you in it because I'm looking at them like millions here. Now, the regular person, right, they don't care about how hard you pop or the technicalities of us as dancers, of what we specifically look for, right? But it's like a Venn diagram, right? You're putting all these Venn diagrams together. We're finding, OTF is finding that common ground where we can pull. We need new people around the world on this planet to be looking. They look at it on YouTube, you know, but you guys are setting this is it. It has to just catapult from here. It has to elevate from here. You see what I'm saying? But sorry for the long-windedness. I had to give it because, again, that's our age group. You know what I'm saying? We're outsiders looking in. I'm not in the thick of it anymore. I commend both of you.
Give a shout out to the OG.
But no, I'm not an OG. You an OG.
Right,
look, he's the original gangster. I'm just the old guy.
I'm a triple OG.
But we love what we're seeing because we need to see this. And the kids, they have to see you guys. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones, they're the Whitney Houston already told you, right? The children of the future. Like, we know that they need to see you guys because they're going to elevate it from where you guys are. But I love that you still respect the foundation of it. I love all watching your clips, man. I'm entertained. You guys too, man. Like, all the stuff that you guys are doing right now. Art, shout out to him because he keeps us plugged. I'm not from here. I live here, but I have family here. So when I ever need to plug in, Joseph too, Joe Styles, when I need to plug in, I just plug in. Those two dudes right there, I just plug in, and I already got access to like, okay, that's what they're doing. You know, I see what's happening, but this is, I love it. You know, I want to see more of it, and the structure just got to get better, man. Sorry for taking forever. You know what I mean? But this is.
Compassion and the love for this. Not just coming in and individualizing your own interests. The community of greatness starts with the community of great people. You cannot be great unless you got a community of great people.
So when I was teaching education, academics, math, and English, I always used the dance as the secret card, the poker, right? So I love it. Like the youth has to see it this way. That's they already got the OG-ness and they can do all the research and stuff, but this is the next level of it. This is the infrastructure, and hats off. I appreciate it.
All right, yo, what a D, y'all. It's Ellie Styles representing 18, junior crew. Joe Styles, little kid. So this is for both of y'all. Do you personally feel like this battle is for respect or revenge?
No, there's no revenge. Oh my God. The thing is, we gotta, like I said before, I'm gonna revert. Art hit me up about the battle. I respected Rampage. Like, yeah, let's do the battle. Why not? Like, it's good for the culture. It's good for the popping community. Don't let what happened on First Friday confuse you, because that was just it just happened naturally. Art was like, it's good for the battle. It's like, you know, me and Rampage like, it's good for the battle. We didn't even know, you know. So at the time, it was just the heat of the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was protecting family. That's what I felt like. So no, this is just a battle because it's just two poppers going at it. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? I don't want to have a whole different narrative, because it's not. Honestly, if I'm being completely real, I'm gonna go. I'm training hard. I'm gonna get down January 31st, and that's just gonna be the end of it, though.
Yeah, I feel like this is just for entertainment purposes more than anything. Like, it's just a lot of people want to see this battle. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to give it to them.
Yeah, I got one. This is for both of you guys. When it's all said and done, what legacy do you feel like leaving in the popping game, in your dance career, and in the Vegas scene?
I mean, I feel like I have a whole country on my back, so I have to do the things that I do the way that I do them. I feel like I'm definitely leaving a legacy if I do the steps that I do, right? So I'm trying to stay true to my craft and then do the things that my OGs did the way that they taught me how to do them. So I feel like if I just keep going the way that I am, the legacy for sure will be there. Speak for itself.
Right on. Double Edge from San Ho, Oakland, Chicago, like my boy Plick said. One, I want to give a shout out to y'all both for holding it down. Somebody like myself, not in the game, but still seeing the legacy of popping still going. And on both of y'all, I used to be a freestyle battler, right? And not in a group, by myself. I moved from Chicago to Oakland. And I just started going at the hardest people in Oakland. I didn't know no better, but it helped me. It gave me the foundations. I understood what popping was, because before I didn't. But then when it came to battles, I always had that mind trick, right? Let you think that all I do is this. And once you expose yourself, I'll be able to attack you on what you're doing too. So I really love this whole element. So I just want to congratulate both of y'all. I think this is a platform that's going to bounce dance to another place. And I appreciate y'all on the floor and everybody else for doing this.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
If you lose, what excuse do you think your opponent will use?
What's that again?
So if your opponent loses, what excuse do you think your opponent will use? I just have to ask.
It's hard to tell with no judges, really. So,
No judges. No judges, your personal opinion.
I mean, I feel like I'll be able to tell in the moment if, I feel like each individual, when they battle, they can already tell by the way that they do if they win or lose. Some people lie to themselves. Some people keep it, real with themselves. And I feel like, I should be able to tell if I win or I lose.
Nah, there should be no excuses. You know what I mean? Like, end of the day, we both train for the same thing, and it's popping music. If that's what we do, everything is in our favor. It's 5 rounds. You have a lot to debate from. You know what I mean? So it should be no excuses for both poppers. We both been in the trenches. We both with the smoke. So it should be no excuses.
All right, this is MP Art again. My next question has to do with the opinion of battling at competitions versus battling in the street, like the cypher outside of the competition. So right now in the dance world, I'm gonna be 100% honest. When people look at a kid, you get he shouldn't have that position because he hasn't won enough dance competitions to be in that seat. And, there's work to get there. When it comes to somebody like Rampage, he's constantly growing, right? So he's in a space of learning styles. So he's not seen as somebody who has an individual style besides tricks. That's what the word is on the street. I'm speaking for the streets because I'm in it, right? I know you guys are both amazing dancers, respectfully, but what is your opinion on the fact that like somebody like Rampage enters these all-style battles only doing popping to really show that, look, I'm gonna win with one style, even though I can do many. And that's something that he's done. A lot of people here have witnessed that. You enter a battle and you just go off and you take the challenge. But he's like, Rampage is in a space where he has so many wins in the popping world under his belt, and he puts himself in compromising spaces to be seen enough to be studied and doing a lot of popping battles where on your side, yes, you're on stage, you have that dynamic, but you're not in that world. So like, how important do you think it is to be in the battle space versus where you're at? And how much do you think, that was for you, kid, and then how much do you think, Rampage, it counts for not having that background that he has on being on stage?
I mean, I did have a stage like period of my life where I was just doing like performances with Bang Energy for like 4 years. So I know what the stage life is, like. So I feel like I have a little bit of both. I always prefer the battle. I feel like I find myself more in that aspect. I wouldn't compare them. I feel like they're both equally difficult. But I think it just depends what's your like point of view on your craft. Do you want to be a battler, or do you want to be somebody that wants to leave a mark in the scene world, like shows and stuff like that, which is also dope. I think it's just like depending what you want to pursue. I think it's super important to participate and find a time if you really love the craft to do both. Like if you're able, because I mean I know a lot of people that are able to do both. Like for example, Vic, I see Vic at every battle, and he was doing shows for years, and I see them go back home, shower, and get ready to be at the battle. So I feel like for people who said that they're tired or there is no time, there is time. So, yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like comparing the two is insane to me. Like I said, I've been putting in work in the battlefield for a very long time, and then putting in work in the performance field for a very long time. So why does me not battling can't get the same respect? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've been putting in work for a very long time when it comes to both fields, things in that sort. And because I'm not battling more and I'm performing more, that doesn't mean I don't deserve the same opportunities. Doesn't make any sense to me. So I think that's, I don't know, I think that's where the dance world is a little bit misconstrued of like, there's certain people who don't battle all the time, but they come and they do that work. And the thing is, you said something about one style of popping when I feel like you saying he's doing it with one style of popping, but I do other styles. I don't think it makes a difference. That means I just go and venture into other styles. You know what I mean? So I don't think it really makes a difference if he's dominating in one style. And I don't know. I don't think it. For me, I don't think it makes a difference. But to go back on topic, I don't think because I haven't won a lot of battles or I don't participate enough in battles doesn't mean that I shouldn't have the same accolades or respect as a dancer or a battler, period. That doesn't make any sense because me performing every night is just as hard, like I say, hitting battling, you know what I mean? That just might not be my space, but it doesn't matter, you know? So like I said, it's still an opinion by the end of the day. In my eyes and in my heart, in my world, I feel like performing is where it's at. Anyone can win a battle. I'm just keeping it in the stack. It's a contest. Anyone can win a battle, but can you go on stage every night and inspire thousands of people? So that's how I got to say that.
Not everyone can win a battle. It's difficult. Like
right.
I feel like in the USA, it's more like if you're in Vegas and people come to your city, it's like you have a pretty big of a chance of like being far in that battle compared to the person that came to your city. I mean, that relatively had to do a lot with judges and music and all that kind of stuff. But what I mean is, like, if you go, for example, to another country, it's not easy to win a battle.
If you're good, it is.
It's still not easy. I promise. You get to different places. A lot of things get in your head. A lot of like thoughts. Trust me, it's not very easy.
Right. So that's you, not me.
So you have to really be in the dancing world.
Right. That's you though, not me. I'm just saying. I put in a lot of work and I have a lot of confidence.
Well, if it's easy, why don't you do it?
Why? I'm performing every night. I love.
No, I mean
love
battle.
Performing. Why?
Win it.
But why? Why do I need to go and win battles when I've solidified my life or my career as a dancer performer?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have now like obviously I respect that world. But what I'm saying is like, speaking from another perspective, it's important to know that battle world, it's not easy.
No, okay.
The word easy does not fit there.
So I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. I'm saying is that it's very capable of someone to go in 30 seconds in a round, right? It may be your song that day. You may get all the songs in the world. So I'm not saying it's easy because I'm a battler myself. That's a very hard thing to do. So let me rephrase that. That's a very hard thing to do. When I mean by battling is easy, what I'm saying is if you prepare right and you get the luck of the draw, you get every song you want, it's 30 seconds. You can figure out who's going to win a round in 30. It's 30 seconds. So yes, that's what I'm saying. It's easy because it's 30 seconds, my bro. You can get someone in 30 seconds. Now what I'm saying is, because I do battle, or I don't battle as much as anymore, but when I do battle, it's still a very hard thing because you're still going to be on your P's and Q's. You still have to train. So what I mean by that is that performing and battling, even though it has its own difficulty,
yeah,
it's
they're
still
all
a very
different
hard thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, they're both like completely different worlds.
For sure.
I have a question about the music and the background for the event. When you guys both took the exhibition for each other, was it decided already that it was going to be popping music, or was it open, whether it would be an open style battle or to popping? And if it were to open style music, do you feel you would have a further advantage over your opponent?
I'm not doing it if it's some random music. I feel like it has to be some sort of like popping music.
Yeah, I think what Art told me, he told me it was just strictly popping, so I was just down for strictly. I was down for whatever the battle was going to be regardless. Yeah, but from the top, he told me it was strictly popping, so yeah.
Toshi again. Coming from someone that has been in the battle scene for years and someone that has toured the world 10 times over, being on stages in front of thousands of people, I can say there is a huge difference in the world.
Thank you.
When I tell you there's a huge difference in the battle scene. But now that you guys said your opinions on, I say my accolades. I mean, okay, Toshi Adventures, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Jason Derulo, Chris Brown, Camila Cabello, Kelly Rowland, and many more.
Yeah, Toshi.
Jay Breezy. Oh yeah, Breezy Bowl, yeah. But yes, and also A-Team LV, I battled in France myself, just debut. I've been overseas to battles, so I understand what you mean by, yes, it is hard, because I'll go to France and they look at me and go, who is this dude from America thinking he could come in here and just beat all us French guys? So the judges look at me and go, he's not gonna beat my French people. So they, bias-wise, judging-wise, like I said, no matter how good you are, sometimes the odds are against you, so it can be really hard.
For sure.
Obviously, energy-wise, is completely different. Pushing your energy out to thousands of people on a stage compared to a cipher, a circle of people in a room of 150, completely different energies, right? So now that you're saying that, do you feel like you're complacent, not battling anymore, and just wanting to be on the stage? Because, yes, we know that sometimes battling does not pay off. The dance that you are doing now pays off for you. So in the same space as you don't feel like performing on stage. Well, I don't know if you don't feel like that, but I'm just saying performing on stage compared to the battle life, battling is where it's at, stage is where it's at. Do you feel like you're complacent in your style and in your element and in your field?
No, I don't think I'm complacent. Performing is something I've always wanted to do my whole life. You know what I mean? I love battling. I come from battling, so it's not like that. I still choose and pick my battles that I want to battle at, right? But at the same time, it's like my career with performing is something I've always wanted to do. So I'm not down in the fact of battling because I come from battling. That's what I'm saying. But for me, it's like, it's not being complacent. It's like, if battling is not where my mind is when it comes to dance anymore, that's just what it is. Doesn't make it any different if he does. You know what I mean? If you want to live your life on battling, by any means, do your thing. But for me, in my perspective, performing, it just gives me a great outlet, and it gives me more opportunities that I've never would have thought of. So, you know, but like I said, I just love inspiring the masses, and just to get to do that every night is I don't know, it's so surreal to me. So doesn't mean that battling, I don't love battling, because when it's time to battle, I battle. Let's get down. But just performing, it's my bread and butter right now, and I love it so much. So that's all.
Yeah, and then for me, I feel like I like to look for my own opportunities versus like audition. If I could have just auditioned for all the shows and stuff like that, and you know, probably get like one of them that I liked, but I never really took like the decision of doing that. I feel like where my heart is at is getting better, just like battling keep going my way up and battling the best all the time, because I feel like every year somebody new is gonna hit it, and it's gonna be like pushing me more and more and more. So I feel like it's just depend, like, what do you want, you know? What do you want? You want to have money? You want to have a mansion? Then I feel like the battle world couldn't be the easiest or quickest route. But if what you pursue is not really the money, it's like what you like to do, which is, for me, I wouldn't change my free time for anything. So I feel like I know how much of like a time management and you know, it takes from you in your life to be in shows. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing today if I were to do a show. That's just me. I feel like the way that I'm going up like fast at this speed is because I have all the free time in the world, and obviously it's taking that I could be making money, but I prefer just level up. I feel like the money will come if I do the stuff that I do, so I don't really chase money. But yeah.
Steam, I had one more, kind of like a double layer question for y'all. So in the promo video before we started, one of the comments that you had made was that he does the same thing over and over again. I wanted to know what you meant by that, but like, how does that play in your advantage, right? And then on your side, because he said that, yet you're still racking up W's, right? You're battling, you're getting W's, like you just won at the last event I was at. So it's just like, do you feel like your lab has to be more of a performance to where you need to upgrade your lab to perform on that level? Or do you feel like you need to stick to your guns and do what's made you, what got you to where you're at? Do you feel like you sticking to your foundational principles is going to be your edge, or is he right in a sense? You know what I mean? That's kind of what my question is.
I mean, I don't really like understand when they say that. For example, I want to ask Kid what he means by innovation, because I feel like every country, every city I go, people see me as like, oh, this guy is completely different from everybody else. So that's one thing that I want to ask. What does he mean by like he is the like innovator, which I do agree with, but I also don't agree that I'm not in that category myself. So to answer your question, growing up, I remember I was like what, like 13, 14. I have notebooks in school where like there were moves and moves and moves and moves. Like I mean I have so many moves. I feel like I don't even think of that anymore. Like I would just say that anybody's gonna dance differently every single time if they are somebody to where like they just listen to the music, feel, and see how that is gonna go at that moment. So I feel like I dance differently every single time. Even if I have like a move that, let's say, he's seen or somebody else has seen, it's never gonna come out the same way. So it's like, man, I just drill my stuff. I repeat my stuff over and over to where like it just in the back of my head, I don't even think of it as like I have this move, and this move anymore. You know, I just stretch. I do my stuff every day, and I'm just confident that I can pull my stuff out anytime. So I don't think of it as moves.
Yeah, no, I think what I said that night for me was like, I think when you, when you're more out there and you battle a lot sometimes, like it's feel like he just has the same, I would say like same setup moves. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. So I was just like, hey, make sure you don't do the same thing every single time, because it's feel like sometimes when you battle a lot or you be seeing a lot, sometimes it can become really, like you get desensitized a bit, you know what I mean? So I think that was more of a jab at him too. It's like, hey, bring some new shit when you battle me. That'll be lit, you know what I mean? Just to, spark it up, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean I didn't mean it, because I was like, every time I see him dance, it's like, and I told him too, I messaged him like, nigga, that round was fire. So it's not like, it's never on no fake anything, but it's like, if you're gonna go against me, don't do the same shit, because I'm gonna call it out. And he knows, man, we both from Florida, so we do that shit all the time. So it's gonna be a lot of heat where I'm just gonna be talking shit. So, but like you said, he's been racking up W's, man, and if that shit works for him, then let it work, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like when you go into a battle, with someone else like me, just like you're gonna have to step it up. But like I said, we all have different opinions, and it's gonna be a dope battle regardless.
I feel like the confusion is where like I battle a lot. Like when I say a lot, it's like sometimes I do 2 and 3 battles the same month, and people see. I'm not afraid of people seeing what I have. So, man, I just go with it, And I feel like if I have something and I did the same thing the last battle, meaning like the way that I got up or the way that I dropped, it's like, dude, I felt like that in that moment, And I won with it, and it's fine. And I don't look at it as like, for example, I wouldn't even be able to tell like the stuff that he's gonna do, because I don't really be watching like people like that. And mind you, like I go to every battle. It's a crumping battle, I'm there. It's a b-boy battle, like I'm there because I like to get inspired by like everybody. And I can't tell that I will know what he will do because I don't really watch him a lot, or I watch him in front of me battling a lot, So I feel like the people that say that they know my moves or whatever, obviously, like I dance so much and I put all my stuff out, so I'm not afraid of like hiding what I have. So, yeah.
By the way, sorry, I'm not the innovator of popping. I just want to say that I just like to push the innovation as much as I can when it comes to popping. I just want to clarify that. He was like, "You're the innovator." I'm not the innovator. I just like to make sure that popping can innovate on a higher level than what it is now. So it doesn't mean that I despise or like I shit on like the OD whatever. I just want to make sure that the way that I want to pop, it just looks like a breath of fresh air. That's all.
We're going to take some more questions.
Yo, what up? It's Ellie again. So this is especially for Kid. You said that Rampage does the same move over and over again. Want to explain that?
Okay. Just like I said before, he just felt like it's like sometimes he has set moves and it can just be, like prevalent in every single battle. But like I said, if those are his set moves and that's what's getting him by, getting him W's, by all means, man, let him do it, bro.
What Rampage was talking about, obviously drilling your moves, it comes with the foundation, whatever it's just naturally coming out your body when you're dancing. So like that's what he's saying, is that it might look the same, obviously, because you have a lot of content out. So he's watching you, you're not watching him. Do you think that's a disadvantage, and do you think that's an advantage? Because obviously going into a battle, you should know who your judges are, just because in the reality of it, you can cater to your judges and win a battle. You could not even do any of your style of dance and win a battle just because of who the judges are. We know this. But in this type of battle specifically, like you said, you don't watch him, you kind of know his skill set. Do you think that's an advantage, or you think that's a disadvantage?
I don't think it's gonna really matter. I mean, most of the stuff that I put out, it's just me dancing. So it's not that I'm like showing like everything I have. You know, I feel like a lot of people in this room haven't even seen half of the stuff that I have. You know, so it's like the fact that I do a move or a split or something, like maybe it's just like what I like. But I have so much stuff that I can just bring out, that I can like, I have like 4 battles coming up. I can do something new every single battle if I want to, you know. But I don't choose to like call them sets or anything like that. I would just, whatever happens in the moment, you know.
I mean, yeah, I think it's always an advantage when you watch someone and you study someone. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't studying him. I watched Rampage. You know what I'm saying? Before this even battle, I was a fan of Rampage. Like, that's just what it is. So, of course, I'm watching him every single time and things in that sort. And then, obviously, we're both from Florida, so you always want to be on the same team as much as you can, even though this battle is happening. So, obviously, it's an advantage because I can expect what he's going to do. But at the same time, some night of the battle might come, he might surprise me, which I'm prepared for. I already know what it is because he trains super hard. So he trains extremely hard, and I respect that on all extreme levels, you know what I mean? So, like I said, it might be the same, it might be different. Either way, I'm prepared for both, bro.
All right, this is the last question for myself. This is MP Art again. So, January 31st, we're going to be there around 10:30 at On the Record. There's going to be tons of people there, but what everybody's talking about is the crews. You guys both rep some of the hardest crews in the scene right now, like relative, like heavy hitters. I know your whole crew, Kid, has the reputation of just not as being with the smoke and not letting things pass. You have 5 rounds to get down. Now, Rampage, his crew's kind of like spread out. Sobotics, Sobotics is kind of spread out. I know he has a member here. Are we going to see all the members there? And will the members respect the battle? And are you guys, how are they engaging with both of you to get ready for this battle? Because it's a whole different thing when you're training by yourself. But when you have a crew, you got a lot of people in your ear, and you got soldiers ready to go. So how's that going to look January 31st On the Record?
My crew is so unpredictable, man. I'm letting you know that right now, man. Control Freak, that's my family, it's my crew, and they're getting me ready for the battle, which I'm really, really happy about. They always give me good insight, and it's always so dope. So I don't know, man. Listen, I'm letting you know right now, or we're so unpredictable. The tensions is going to be high, it may not be not, So, but I'm just letting you know that right now. All my crew will be there. I got some people from Florida that's going to be there behind me. They're flying in. So I can't tell you what the energy may be. Just know that if people pop off, people pop off. And this is dance, by the way, not fighting or anything, but this is just strictly dance because we love the art that much. So, like I said, Bugs might pop off, King Mike might pop off, Midas might pop off for sure. I can't even tell you, but I'm just letting you know it's like, my whole crew is going to be there. So I'm really excited for it because just to have that support as much, but also too just the fact that a lot of people are flying out or excited about this battle. I think that's the main goal. Is like we bring as much hype to the battle as much as we can. So, yeah.
I mean, obviously my whole crew supports me and knows about this battle. Like you said, we are all like very like spread out. He's battled one of my crewmates before. He knows kind of like how we roll, and I feel like I never really like had or needed a crew kind of like to be behind me to kind of support me in a way. I'm very like solo when it comes to that, so I feel like I'm very used to just having my own energy reserved for myself, and I really don't need like a lot of people behind me. Really, I would just do my own thing, and obviously my crew is there. And yeah, I'm just training to battle him, not his crew, so I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah. By the way, sorry. Yeah, like we're not gonna battle each other's crew. It's just me and him. It gets more of a support thing, man. Look, it's all about community at the end of the day. So whether you have a lot of people behind you or no one, it's all about support. And I don't care what anyone say. You can't do it in life by yourself. You're gonna need someone to help you, to guide you, whatever that's a physical person, whether that's God. You're gonna need someone to support you and guide you. So for me, having my crew behind me, I have no shame. I need that energy. Let's get it.
Yeah, obviously my crew told me, go ahead, handle that, and I know what you're gonna do, and obviously that's already enough for me.
Dope. All right. So before we're gonna do a face-off real quick. What round are you guys winning this battle? What's the prediction here? What's gonna happen?
We're gonna see.
Kid?
I ain't never going to give anyone a round, so it's 5-0, man. Come on. I'm never going to let, and it has nothing to do with Rampage, it's just period. I'm like, I ain't going to let anyone in my brain think they're going to beat me, so come on, man. That's just common sense, y'all.
All right, bet. Well, let's do this face-off real quick, and we're gonna wrap it up. Let's get the cameras out. We can head right into the front here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some type of content, you know what I mean? Something.
Y'all want something? Is that something that y'all?
Whatever you gotta do to get to that spot, whatever move you want to do, boom. Okay. You go first. Ready?
Are we going to record it now, or are you going to?
Yeah, let's get the recording. You got it on live.
Yes, sir. Let's just get to the face-off. Yep. All right, you guys. We go. January 31st on the record. Kid the Monster, Rampage, Titan battle. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Come on, make some noise. Give them some energy. Yes, sir.
Come on.
All right, we got it. Appreciate
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate everybody coming out. We'll be live. One more. There we go.
Can you step back here so size can go that way just a little back here? Step back. Go back here. Size, come over here. There we go. Oh, man. There we go. Yep, there we go. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make some noise. Yes, sir. Nice. There we go.